Some people walk into a room and instantly command respect, not because they're rich, not because they're loud, and definitely not because they posted CEO mindset quotes on Instagram 5 minutes earlier. No, real elegant people command respect differently. They don't enter a room looking like they're auditioning for a reality show called Please Validate Me. They don't scream to be noticed. They don't laugh like a malfunctioning car engine just to fit in. And they certainly don't force everyone to know they bought sparkling water in a 5-star hotel once in 2022. Yet somehow, everybody notices them. Why? Because elegance is psychological. It's calm confidence mixed with emotional control. It's the ability to stay composed while everyone else is having a public mental breakdown over a delayed text message. And today, we're talking about the 5 fastest ways elegant people command respect instantly, while most people unknowingly destroy theirs before the conversation even starts. Now pay attention to number 4, because this is where many people embarrass themselves confidently. They think it makes them look powerful, but elegant people avoid it immediately. And trust me, once you notice this behavior, you'll never unsee it again. But before we begin, take 2 seconds to like the video, subscribe to the Elegant Standard, and join a community that understands class is not about showing off. It's about how you carry yourself when nobody is clapping for you. Now let's begin with the first habit of elegant people master better than almost anyone else. The first thing elegant people never do is look desperate. And this is where many people accidentally destroy their own respect in record time. Because desperation has a smell, not a physical smell, although sometimes yes, especially in crowded elevators, but an emotional smell. People can feel it immediately. Elegant people never chase approval like it's the last bus leaving town. They don't over-explain every decision. Well, actually the reason I bought this phone is because tech. Kali, the camera quality, relax, professor. Nobody asked for a TED Talk. They don't force conversations with the energy of a motivational speaker trapped at a wedding reception. And they definitely don't try to impress everybody in the room. Because elegant people understand something deeply powerful. The more you try to convince people you matter, the less convincing you become. Think about it. The loudest people in the room are usually fighting for attention. Like contestants on a survival show called Please Notice Me. Talking too much. Laughing so aggressively, the neighbors begin to worry. Posting every 5 minutes online, like their phone is being held hostage. Good morning, beautiful people. Gym time. Another boss move. Sir, you sell phone cases. Elegant people don't behave like that. They remain calm, composed, emotionally secure, and strangely, that quiet confidence makes people respect them more automatically, because people naturally trust those who look comfortable with themselves, not people performing emotional gymnastics for validation. And here's the ironic part, the less elegant people beg for attention, the more attention they usually receive, because confidence is attractive, but desperation always looks expensive. And not in a good way. This next habit is where most people quietly lose respect without even realizing it. The second habit of elegant people master is the power of silence. Honestly, this alone separates emotionally mature adults from people who panic the moment a conversation becomes quiet for 3 seconds. Because weak people are terrified of silence. The second the room becomes quiet, they immediately start performing verbal gymnastics, random stories, unnecessary jokes, over-explaining things nobody even questioned. Yeah, so basically when I was in Dubai, sir, this is a conversation about chicken salad. Elegant people don't behave like that. They understand something powerful. Silence creates authority. They pause before speaking. They listen carefully. They think before reacting emotionally. And somehow, that calm energy makes everybody take them more seriously. Because nothing looks more powerful than someone who remains emotionally controlled while everybody else is internally buffering like weak Wi-Fi. Watch elegant people during conflict. They don't start vibrating with anger like a broken washing machine. They don't scream over people to prove dominance. Meanwhile, insecure people react to criticism like somebody unplugged their life support machine. Elegant people stay calm. And strangely, that calmness makes people nervous in the best way. Because emotional control is rare now, especially in a world where people fight online over pineapple on pizza. Likely not a hostage international diplomat negotiating peace treaties. Elegant people understand. The person who controls their emotions usually controls the room. That's why they move slowly, speak carefully, maintain eye contact without looking terrified, and never rush to fill every second with noise. Because confidence is comfortable with silence, insecurity needs constant sound effects. And here's the funny part, the quieter elegant people become, the more people lean in to hear them, because calm presence naturally creates attention. But the next habit is even more powerful, because it instantly separates classy people from insecure people. The third thing elegant people never do is constantly try to prove their value, because truly elegant people understand something most insecure people completely miss. If you constantly need to announce how important you are, people immediately start questioning it. Elegant people don't brag about money every 6 minutes like a motivational podcast with Wi-Fi problems. They don't casually say, "Yeah, when I was talking to this billionaire friend of mine." Meanwhile, then billionaire is probably just the guy that sold them a used car in 2019. They don't show off luxury for validation either, because there's a huge difference between enjoying nice things and turning your entire personality into a walking showroom. Some people cannot drink coffee peacefully without photographing the cup from 17 different angles, like they're documenting wildlife for National Geographic. Elegant people don't compete for attention like exhausted contestants in an emotional Olympics. Because confidence is calm, insecurity is loud. And once you notice this, you can never unsee it. The people screaming the hardest about status are usually trying to convince themselves more than anyone else. Elegant people don't need to constantly remind people they're valuable. Their behavior speaks first. Their composure speaks first. Their standards speak first. Meanwhile, insecure people behave like human advertisements. Every conversation becomes, my car, my money, my connections, my success. Brother, breathe. Nobody asked for your autobiography during dinner. And ironically, the more people try to prove importance, the less important they usually appear. Because real value feels natural. It doesn't beg to be noticed every 30 seconds like a child showing their parents a drawing for the 15th time. Elegant people understand, the loudest display of status is often the clearest sign of insecurity. And now here's where elegant people become unforgettable. The fourth habit of elegant people master is making other people feel respected. Honestly, this is where true class becomes obvious immediately. Because insecure people think respect comes from acting superior. Elegant people know the opposite is true. One of the fastest ways to command respect is giving it first. Elegant people don't humiliate people publicly just to look funny. You know those people who turn every conversation into a roasting competition like they're auditioning for a comedy show nobody asked for. Constant sarcasm, constant mockery, embarrassing their own friends for attention. And I wonder daring why nobody trusts them emotionally. Elegant people don't do that. They don't interrupt people every 4 seconds like their thoughts are breaking news alerts. Nothing destroys elegance faster than someone who listens only to reload their next sentence. Elegant people actually pay attention. They make people feel heard, comfortable, valued. And strangely, that emotional safety makes people naturally admire them more. Because people rarely remember every word you say, but they always remember how you made them feel. That's powerful. Think about the most elegant people you've met. Usually they're calm, respectful, easy to talk to, not walking around behaving like an unpaid emperor. While insecure people often confuse arrogance with confidence. They enter rooms with the emotional energy of, "You peasants are lucky I arrived. Relax, Caesar. You still forget your passwords twice a week." Elegant people never need to dominate every room. And ironically, because they don't desperately fight for importance, people naturally give it to them anyway. Because kindness with confidence feels rare now, especially in a world where some people record strangers in public for internet attention like wildlife photographers hunting content. Elegant people understand. Respect is not about making people feel small. It's about making people feel valued in your presence. The final habit may be the most powerful one of all. And finally, the fifth habit: elegant people master better than almost anyone else. They walk away from disrespect quickly. Because elegant people do not beg to be treated well. The moment they notice constant disrespect, manipulation, mockery, or toxic behavior, they quietly create distance. No dramatic speeches. No social media announcements. No emotional performance worthy of a television award. They simply leave with dignity, honesty. This is where many people lose themselves completely. Some people will tolerate absolutely anything just to avoid being alone. Disrespect, humiliation, terrible friendships, relationships held together by stress, confusion, and Wi-Fi passwords. Meanwhile, elegant people understand something powerful. If someone constantly dishonors you, arguing endlessly will not magically create respect. Especially not those people who say, "If you leave, nobody will ever love you like I do." Exactly. That's actually the goal. Elegant people don't scream for respect. They don't chase people begging, "Please value me." No, they quietly remove themselves from environments that destroy their peace. And strangely, that silent self-respect often makes people respect them even more, because nothing commands respect faster than someone willing to leave what dishonors them. That kind of emotional control is rare now, especially in a world where people announce breakups online like presidential press conferences. Elegant people move differently. They protect their dignity quietly, because they understand something most people never learn. Respect is not demanded loudly. It's earned quietly through behavior, standards, and emotional control. And honestly, that may be the real definition of elegance. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to The Elegant Standard for more timeless lessons on class, emotional intelligence, self-respect, and elegant living. And comment below, which of these habits do you think commands the most respect instantly?